Things have been changing rapidly in my life over the last few weeks, but it's all things that have been a long time coming. I'm entering a strange part of my life as I'm saying goodbye to my early 20s, and I can officially say that I am in my mid-20s in a few weeks. And that has me reflecting on the end of my childhood and the early parts of my adulthood. Sure, there are times where I am the oldest person in the room or the most responsible person in the room, but I'd never really felt like I was this super mature version of myself that I had spent years developing. Honestly, I feel like most people my age don't feel like real adults. We're certainly not kids, and we behave our age, but there's always this sense of feeling lost or not knowing what's coming next. This is going to be one of the busiest weeks I've ever had. Honestly, it's going to be a minor miracle if I can get the video pushed out by Friday, but I am going to be moving out this week, so I've got a lot of boxes to pack up, and I've also got a lot of work-related things that I need to take care of this week, along with just making time for some buddies this week too. The Royal Rumble takes place tomorrow, and that's one of my favorite events to do with my friends. We love just getting together and watching the Royal Rumble together. Even if you're not a wrestling fan, Royal Rumble is so much fun to be around. So, busy week and just a lot to talk about. So, this is just me rambling a little bit to let you know I'm gonna have bags under my eyes by the time this video comes out. Every week here at work, my students produce a student news video that gets put out every single Friday, and I just wanted to take some time to show you a score that I hit this weekend. So the first thing is this Mac Mini that I was able to pick up through Donors Choose. A bunch of people that I knew personally and a bunch of people that I didn't know at all donated to help my class purchase this computer that we have dual monitor set up to help edit videos. And this is the score that I hit this week. This is an old iMac 2015, which I know it's crazy to say something from 2015 is old, but I bought this iMac for $60 off of Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace is one of the best places to score some deals, and it's an old computer. We don't use it for editing, but we plan on using it for script writing, which is all we need it to do really, is type on these words. So that way I don't have to use the crummy school laptops that really make it harder to do the script than this would. I'm very proud that I was able to get this computer because what a freaking steal that I got this for, and it's going to serve me a long time, hopefully. Your early 20s are a weird era in your life. You start to question if you're too old to be doing things you did in the past, and if you're old enough to try unfamiliar territory. But that's what can make this part of your life so exciting. The sky is the limit. I by no means believe that I am the wisest person in my age group. Far from it. But I've learned some hard lessons, and I've confronted hard challenges. And I've come out better because of them. So here are 5 things that I learned in my early 20s that I wish I could have known sooner. Number 1, trust your gut. You know better than anybody else what you can and can't handle. Your early 20s will have you questioning a lot about your life. Imposter syndrome can make you feel like you don't belong, or make you think that you aren't capable of accomplishing certain goals. No one knows you better than you do, so trust yourself. Some things you just have to learn from experience. It's all a leap of faith. So even if you try something and fail horribly at it, now you can look back and say that at least you tried. You'll also be more equipped to handle it if you decide to go back and try it again. Number 2, change is good. A lot of your life changes during adolescence and your teenage years. Your appearance, the way you dress, the way you present yourself, friends, and even more. It can be easy to want to settle down and get comfortable and avoid changes as you get older. But growth doesn't happen unless you challenge certain aspects of your life that you are comfortable with. You're gonna stop being friends with some people for a plethora of reasons. Either you don't mix the way you used to, someone lied to the other, or you just both live very different lives. And sometimes you only get the chance to catch up occasionally. Embrace the change. You are on this planet for far too long to remain stagnant. I remember watching an old Triple H interview and him saying, if you are the same person now that you were 10 years ago, then somewhere along the line, you messed up. Number 3, you're gonna make a big mistake that changes you as a person. You don't learn any new lessons without making a few mistakes, and some lessons need to be learned the hard way. Life has a wonderful way of humbling you when you finally start to think that you figured it out. In the last few years, like 1 or 2 years, I have figured out that I will never have it figured out. And I've come to that realization the hard way. Some mistakes that you make are gonna cost you friendships and relationships in a way that you can never fix. You might make some major financial mistakes, and it's going to take you a long time to recover from them. And you'll have to learn how to not let that happen again. I had first moved out of my parents' house when I was 20 years old, and I just couldn't keep up with the payments for tuition and rent at the same time. So when I finally reached the end of my lease, I was broke. So broke that I did not recover financially until I had graduated college and had worked 2 jobs full-time over that summer. I also made mistakes that broke all of the trust in people that I considered to be my friends. Those friendships will never be the same because of that, and it's incredibly hard to learn how to forgive yourself for making those mistakes. Mistakes are unavoidable. It's part of the human experience. But the biggest lesson you can learn is how not to make those same mistakes over and over again. 4. You are not too old to pursue your interests. You are going to gaslight yourself into believing that your life is in its twilight years, even though it has only just begun. So don't be afraid to pursue your interests just because others have been involved in that niche their whole lives. You're allowed to start a hobby at any point in your life, no matter how old or how young you are. So just do it. Your hobbies are supposed to be for you. So don't let you stop you from having a good time. And lastly, number 5, don't try to rush certain stages of your life. You might live with your parents longer than you like. You might be in school for longer than you like. You might want to fast forward to the stage of your life that you think you belong in. When you're ready, you'll be ready. The finish line is constantly going to be moving. And while it's good to want to keep moving forward, you want to enjoy the present while you still have it, because you only get it once. I remember being in college and all I could think about was getting to graduation and never having to worry about assignments again. I didn't stop to think about how much fun college really was for me. I got to be a part of a community of people with common interests, and I was surrounded with a thirst for knowledge. And I missed that. Or when I first decided to move out because I was eager to feel like a grown-up. When in reality, I was closer to being a kid then than I am to the person I am now. Learn to slow things down and enjoy what you have in front of you right now. Seeing as this is very likely the last time that I'm going to be recording at least the majority of my video in this room, I thought I'd give you a sneak peek as to what the recording process looks like. You see, this is a wall. This is what I usually have as my backdrop in my videos, and you'll see down here is a mess. I don't even. I'm embarrassed to show you this right now because I got the laundry chair. You know what that is, and I've got my record player covered with more laundry, and then below that there's more laundry. It's a mess. But this is the camera that I've been using for the longest time. I've owned this thing for many years. This is the tried and true Canon E50. This was like the most popular YouTube camera back in 2019, 2020. It still does the job. All right, no 4K on this thing, at least not 4K the way I want 4K, but it gets the job done. And this Rode microphone, which isn't the best thing in the world, and I hated the sound of that thing moving around. My ears are very sensitive, but it gets the job done as well. The next few days are going to be spent editing, as well as cleaning my room and just taking all of my belongings and putting them in boxes, getting ready to move for move-in day. So wish me luck, because it's not going to be easy. You just saw how messy that side was, and that was the clean side of my living space. We are T-2 days from move-in day. I want to get this video uploaded by Friday, which in this time that I'm recording is tomorrow, but I also want to get some of my stuff packed up so I'm ready to move come Saturday morning. So I'm going to have to face the impossible, clean my mess of a living space, and decide what can I pack to be ready for Saturday. Since I'm going to be using my phone for other stuff, I'm going to be using this iPod to play some tunes. Some of you probably have never even seen one of these bad boys before, so let me show you how it works. So we got our iPod here. We got to connect it to the aux. The aux runs into these little speakers that I used to use for my computers, and then you press this bad boy on, and you've got your tones, man. And let me tell you, man, the iPod user interface still holds up like crazy. Can we focus? Check this bad boy out, man. Sometimes it lags because this is 2007 technology. But this thing is fire, man. And then we load up our tunes. Let me see. I'm trying to listen to maybe some Dominic Fike. Let's throw on some Dominic Fike. Hopefully I don't get copyright claimed. It loads up. You turn the tunes up. And we're ready to clean. We got our clean music ready to go. This is by no means a comprehensive list of the things that I have learned in my 20s, but I think it's something that can help those of you who are in the same boat as me. Or really, anyone else too. My 20s have been a roar of excitement, depression, challenge, and fun. That's something that I have to remind myself on the regular. Have fun. You will never be as young as you are right now again. So use that to your advantage. After turning 21, I and a lot of people that I know started to dread the feeling of getting older. I would catch myself saying, I'm getting old. And I had to stop myself from saying that for 2 reasons. 1, I'm not old at all. I've still got many years ahead of me and many years to look forward to. And 2, getting older is a privilege. Some people don't get to experience getting older, and it's disrespectful of me to act like getting old is a bad thing. I look forward to getting older and becoming more wise. I've had so many moments recently where I could feel my frontal lobe developing and where I've made big realizations about my life. These epiphanies have really made me a better person, and I hope I continue to grow into the best possible version of myself. And though I look forward to getting older, I'm in no rush. I'm too busy enjoying the right now.